What's up, guys? So today I'm going to be talking about the drama with XQC being a quote-unquote React streamer by pretty much saying, oh, this, not that this video is his, but that he's quote-unquote reacting to something. But all he does is just let the video play and not say anything. It has caused some drama the past week or so, and things have kind of cooled off, so I wanted to kind of cover it and kind of discuss my thoughts on the situation. So initially this was made by somebody named Vince Vintage, and I will go ahead and put I'll go ahead and put the image right here. So as you can see, he just pretty much says that he loves seeing big streamers, including XQC, Hassan Mizkif, and others. Moist Critical is the last one that he mentioned, reacting to his videos on the stream. He loves receiving the clout for them actually reacting and having comments on it and saying, hey man, you did a great job. But he feels like it's different when they don't say anything and they re-upload the video to their channel. Now, I do agree that that is a big issue and it should be talked about more. However, on a stream I feel like it's different, and when I went looking for the video that he's talking about, he never publicly stated which specific day it was, and when I tried looking through everything, it was just a mess. Like an absolute mess of, oh, he said this, she said this, like XQC going on Ethan Klein's podcast and saying, oh, blah 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 blah. You are being told this, that you are a fake React streamer, but you are not. Hold on, itchy ear real quick. You are not reacting to it properly, you aren't saying anything. And Ethan Klein even called him out, pretty much tweeting, hey, I guess he's a paid actor, which is what XQC's response to all of the shenanigans that XQC was saying. No, I'm not going to put that clip in the video because it is a quite viral clip, and I don't think it's necessarily pertinent to this. However, I will continue talking about XQC specifically, and I will say that while XQC is not really trying to outwardly say, hey, blah blah blah, this is a problem because XYZ, he is also not really addressing it properly, I feel. And what it did, no, I do feel like he's addressing it properly. Sorry, misspoke of words. I can't speak today because I'm tired. But I do think this drama is very fascinating. Just for the fact that it does involve a lot of people in it. With XQC not doing what he wanted to beforehand on just, oh hey, I want to handle this behind closed doors, not in public, and then because he claimed he was on an airport, I will go ahead and put this up, by the way. I'll go ahead and put up the tweet of him saying, yeah, I'm at an airport, what's it to you? So in this, he pretty much boils down the rest of the images, and I'll go ahead and go over each image individually that he posts on Twitter, but pretty much he says this guy is like, oh yeah, Mizkif is great, oh he's amazing, but he's doing the same thing I do, but it's only my prom. And then he claims that the smaller YouTuber is lying because he was on a flight to go to a chess tournament he was part of, where he met Aiden Ross and a few other people, so he's busy. He didn't really have time to check his DMs, which is understandable, and I don't think that it's necessarily appropriate to try and vent this out to the world like, oh, this person's so terrible, and yada yada yada. Now, it does get kind of hairy from here, because he doesn't respond, but he also does not portray it properly, I should say. And it's not really a good look on either of them, I would personally say, because Vince just seems very naggy. Like, every 24 hours, he's doing something, when you can obviously see on chess, or on chess.com's website, hey, I'm at this tournament. So obviously he's going to be fairly busy. I do understand the frustration, though. But when we go back to XQC's tweet, there is pretty much a picture of him going, oh, so somebody already reached out to you for payment, and I can go ahead and put the email here. I will also be going over that in depth real quick. So the tweet pretty much states, hey, I'm one of the YouTube editors. I saw you weren't okay with it, and he apologized. And this is all behind closed doors, which is how these things really should resolve. And then pretty much say, hey, here's the resolution of it, or whatever you say that. And he said, I am responsible for the YouTube stuff, so I do apologize. And when I tried looking for it, I really couldn't see it. And I searched all of XQC's main channel, so maybe it was on like a daily dose of whatever, and like it was a smaller channel, so maybe that's the case, and I just didn't see any of it. That could be my fault, but I could not see this video that he was talking about. And of course there was another video that seemed to be ripped from his stream, but I'm not really going to put that tweet up there, because that's not really what we're talking about. We're talking about somebody stealing content, quote-unquote stealing content, from one YouTuber, and then posting it to their channel with little to no transformative work done to it. However, he then says, I usually do try to reach out to new people like XQC Reacts to see if they mind or not, but unfortunately he missed him. I probably saw several streamers react to several of your videos and assumed you're fine with it, so that's my fault. And he said, I can compensate you for all of the revenue. I can also remove it. He said, I see you have Venmo, but I do not have Venmo, so how does PayPal work? And this happened about 2 days before, or I think it was a day before everything broke. I'd have to double check, but like a day or two, but 2 days before, but about a day and a half before, Vince pretty much says, oh, this is a problem. Or before he goes on Twitter to publicly shame him. Which obviously is a problem. Now, having that problem is not a good thing, because you didn't do your due diligence to make sure that he wasn't trying to handle it behind closed doors. You didn't check to see if he was actually caring about what you were doing, which is kind of a problem. So obviously the editor did reach out and was like, hey, I'm sorry, I can give you all the money if you want. And it should have just ended there, but of course it didn't, because it was like, yep, that's yeah, I didn't see that one. And I can go ahead and put his response right here for you. Now, when I first read this response, I'll be totally honest, it did seem he was kind of pissy about it, like, oh, well, I didn't see it. Yeah, and he didn't see your DM, so what the fuck? Like, you can't expect one person to do something that you yourself haven't done yet, which is kind of an issue. It's like you're calling the kettle black. Like, stop that. Like, stop calling the kettle black, man. That's all most people are asking. That's all XQC is asking. Like, you're just pantsing me for no reason. And while I'm not the biggest fan of XQC, I don't particularly like his style of content, but I mean that's just dependent on person to person. So I don't hate XQC, I don't like him, I just thought that this was really interesting. Now, Ethan Klein went ahead and interviewed him on his podcast and just pretty much just made fun of him the entire time. Which, I mean, I guess fair enough. But as of right now, the video is removed. So it does seem that most of this has cleared from the fallout. So the resolution for this going forward is just pretty much trying to be more diligent on reaching out to more people and going, hey, are you okay with me doing this video? And then kind of trying to send them a rough draft of it. I think that would work just fine. Like, I know I have reacted to other content in the past, but it hasn't come to bite me in the ass yet. So I'm either very lucky, or I did it smart, where I pretty much just said, yep, this guy's great, this is what he does, so I'm going to be reacting to it. Now, I hope this style of content is okay with everybody, if you made it this far. I did try to do some research on this topic because it is very fascinating that most people can't see the difference between being on stream and being on a contract, which XQC is on contract for how many hours he has to stream. It gets exhausting. And when Amaranth was doing all the hours because her previous relationship, she was listening to streams on her earbuds while she was doing the ASMR. Now, where does that leave us in terms of what's okay for streaming, what's okay with YouTube? Streaming is, you aren't making AdSense off of that one video, you're making it off the whole stream. And when you are getting the AdSense, you aren't playing the video. So you're kind of just like, oh, if you like me sitting here reacting to these or showing you guys these videos that I like, then go ahead and subscribe to them. But right now I'm going to pause everything and I'm going to go to the bathroom and I'll be back. I believe that's how he does it. I'm not sure. I don't tune into every stream of XQC's. I do know that's how a lot of people do it, and when a lot of people are streaming for so many hours a day, it gets kind of hard to do a completely unique thing and make something yourself for, 12 hours at a time, 14 hours at a time. It just kind of becomes like an unrealistic bar to meet. It becomes unrealistic to actually say, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this new thing. Nobody expects that. Nobody really does. But I think what caught a lot of people's eyes on this one was just the fact of he is doing this and he's so popular, which is why it caught fire instantly. It was hate drama. So, we're gonna latch onto this and we're gonna do this specifically to this one guy. And the ending is just pretty much ambiguous. There's no definitive answer for what happened, but from what I've seen and what I've looked at, it appears like he just went ahead and paid him or compensated him fairly for it, which I think is the best way to go about it, and hopefully this kind of crap doesn't continue. But I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Please subscribe if you did, and I will see you guys in whatever I decide to do next. Bye.